it's Sarah. I want to do the September art journal page, guys. I decided to do a Zentangle inspired piece of art. So that's what they call it, Zia. I don't know what it is. Anyway, because Zentangle is basically just like this, kind of repeating, or not even, well, you repeat a pattern, but you just do it in random spots to fill a page, and that's considered a Zentangle. But if you turn it, if you do, like this is a heart, so I made a shape, and then I put Zia strings in there, or strings, just to separate out sections, and then you put different designs in each of the sections. That's considered a Zentangle inspired piece of art. I've done it on all different types of paper. So this is craft paper with gel pens, black cardstock with white, either that's probably a gel pen. And then this is just, then I got this book, Zenspirations. This is by Joanne Fink, and she just makes, like, this is frames, shapes, monograms, patterns, and borders, because she's as a calligrapher. She loves pens and just making swirly lines and stuff, so she decided to kind of make it a little different than regular Zentangling, so she calls it Zenspirations. So it's just a play on that feel, but I also wanted to use my Prismacolor pencils. So art journaling for me has become a way for me to use supplies that I don't use all the time, and I got these, actually I think I got them at Walmart. I had a smaller pack, but I have this bigger pack. So there's like 3 different color greens. So I wanna play, and I don't do pencil. I'm not like very not that I'm not good at it, but I haven't perfected it. I don't know how to do it really perfect. But these are soft, thick core. They create a smooth crayon color laydown for superior blending and shading. Anywho, they're Prismacolor. They're good. So, again, we'll get there, but these are just different examples of different Zentangle ATCs that I've done. This is more what I'm thinking, because I'm going to do mushrooms. So this is one of my faves. I did a video for this too, so I'll come in a little bit and show you. So I would say this is Zentangle inspired art, because I'm actually drawing different shapes and then I'm Zentangling inside them, if you know what I mean. So like here's a sailboat. I just drew the sailboat and then made some strings and then filled in with the different patterns that you can do. I did words, so this is dream, love, create, and then here's one with color, hope, where I just colored in the background and left the letters plain. Then this one is based off of a stained glass piece that I did with the hot air balloons. And like, so I think I used watercolor for these. This is probably watercolor paper. This is another stained glass piece, a tulip that I have. And I just gently put some color in there. This is just stars. More black with metallic. These are gel pens, definitely. Just all sparkly and glittery. ATCs are a great way to start. So this is just a very basic one. I just made swirly lines going across and just put some patterns in there. And that's Zentangling. So it's not hard. But, okay, so here's what I'm getting at. This is more of a Zenspiration. And I thought I had some, because I used pattern paper on the back of this one. But let me see if I have. I did a couple of these, and I just wanted to show you. Well, I did this, the butterfly, and the heart, but I thought I had another scenery. I'm pretty sure I did another flowers one. Just can't find it, because I have so many. Anywho, this is more of what Joanne Fink was doing with the Zenspirations. And so, but for today, I'm gonna do mushrooms. So I just went to Michael's, which I have not been to Michael's in forever. Had a look around. Anyway, I bought this, which is called Bristol. And I'm not positive, but I think it's exceptionally smooth, and that's kind of, I don't know, what I wanted, because when you do line work, I don't want to use bumpy watercolor paper or mixed media paper, so I wanted it smooth. And so I've cut that down to our 6 by 9 inch page that we've been doing our art journal last year and this year. And then I'm just going to draw with a pencil and just sketch out what I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking I could do some scenery, so there could be some clouds in the sky, and but I could also just do a big mushroom in the middle and keep it simple. So I think I'm going to go off camera and decide, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I think I'm going to do, and then I'll show you, I think I'm going to use two. I wanted to tell you, if you have them, use your Micron. These are the Micron, these are what Joanne Fink recommends. These are her favorites. They're by Sakura. Let's see if it's in here. Here they are. The Pigma Microns, they're by Sakura. Pigma Micron. And I have the 01, which is her favorite, which is very, so 01 is a 0.25 millimeter. And then this is just a 1, which it's a much thicker line. I like to, when I do my designs like this, I would have done the heart shape. It looks like I did a lot of thick lines in here, but the main shape would be with a thicker line, and then when I'm doing all the little details, I'll use a thinner line. But if you don't have those, you could just use, like this for instance is, I don't know if this will tell what millimeter it is. It says fine, but this is an ultra fine. So this says 0.24. Yeah, so this is comparable to the 0.01. I just happen to have it. And then this is a much thicker black ink pen. So you could use whatever you have. It's just that these are kind of, I think they're more meant for this type of thing. They maybe don't smudge. They're permanent. But she says she likes them because they're rich. Black ink flows nicely without skipping. It is permanent and archival, and the pen tip allows me to easily build up my line weight by double and triple stroking. So that's why she likes it, right? She wrote a book, so you know, she's done it quite a bit. I'm just doing it for fun, so I want you guys to use what you have. But I am going to just sketch out my basic design first with pencil so that I know where I'm going, because you can't erase, obviously, pen. So I'll be right back and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Alright, you know what, I decided to do this on camera. I didn't do it on my Bristol yet. I just have a piece of regular printer paper. I want you guys to just play around with different shapes. So, alright, let's split this in half. So we have this much room. I'll zoom in on that. And so a mushroom, I picked a bunch. I talked about this in my live because I was going to use the actual mushrooms as inspiration, and they like melted and like disintegrated on my desk, and it was gross and stinky. But anyway, so if you just Google it, then I just Googled Zentangle mushrooms, and you'll see a bunch of different versions of mushrooms. And basically it's a simple like shape, right? It has a little cap, and then generally there's like an underneath part. So like if you did it like that, and then you could go like this, that's one way to do it, right? And then you could make the little lines that are underneath like this, and you could just put circles, which I love that idea. These are little fairy kind of mushrooms, but they also have a cool little, I drew this on one of my samples. They have like, say, so then you can change it to more of like a top, like something like this, and then have the stalk, so you can get a little more experimental with it, but they have these little fun little like things like that. Man, I don't have my words today. But that way you can make these things come out from the center. And you don't, I mean, you could Zentangle the whole top, like just, and then you put a pattern in here, a pattern in here, and a pattern in there. So, and then you could just make pattern coming all the way down, whatever. So, but a lot of them do have this little, so here's one that's just super simple. And you would have a first part and then a second part. So you could just do this as a separate little section. And you don't even need the little underneath part to show. There's different ones that are actually like a house because they make fairy houses out of mushrooms. I have a stamp that's like that. So now I'm thinking I could just, because I really like the idea of making it like a little garden, like a mushroom garden. So I would have like some type of ground and just have different size mushrooms. So a big one up here, so we'll do it over here. If you have some ground, and you would Zentangle this too. So you could have it, you could have a hill going this way, and then you could Zentangle this hill and have this hill go in a different pattern. And then you would have all different size mushrooms. See, I'm not going to be able to sketch this out too fast. Have a tall, skinny mushroom up here, and have a big, wide, umbrella-like mushroom, which that did not come out right. That looks like I'm making a turtle. And then you could put clouds in the sky. That looks like a mushroom. And then you could also have little flowers. You could have a snail. So, because I love bugs and critters, so you could just put a big Zentangle-y snail right up on top of this. He's just walking along. I think I'm going to do that. You could have little leaves just sticking out from the bottom. I mean, like, this is what I was, I had this one. This one is so cute with these flowers. I just love these little, it's a, I don't know, like a leaf thing sticking up. So, and you could put a little flower in there, just like in the background. So, but then the mushrooms are going to be the biggest part of the thing. All right, so I'm going to go away and get the main lines of my design. See how I made the ground here? This is more Joanne Fink style of Zentangling it's Zen doodling, right? So she just doodled in the double lines. So if you make a double line, then you're not filling in all the ground. So I could do it both ways, and either way would be good, and either way, as long as it's fun. That's what the main thing is. And then I'm hoping to use my Prismacolors. We'll see. But like, I'm going to use that Bristol. That's why I got the Bristol. And I'm just going to lightly add some color. So I'm not really sure. I've not worked with I have worked with watercolor with pencils too much, so I'm not positive if it's just going to screw it up, but I think I do want to do it. So it's going to be something like this: big mushrooms with little flowers and little leaves and grass, and probably maybe I'll make a hill in the background so that this whole background can be Zentangled. But that's just one option, and it'll take a lot longer, obviously, the more ground you want to cover, so to speak, right? With your, okay, so I'll just grab my iPad since I have it out and just show you on here some of the inspiration I'm seeing. So like, see, like this one, for instance, here, it has the hills, but that's it. And then you have, like this one, they made into like a picture. See, it's just, it's doodles. That's basically what it is. It's all doodles. It gets away from the mushrooms, which it's already October, you guys, but and there's still plenty of mushrooms out there, but in September, everywhere, I walk every day, and when I was walking, all I would see was mushrooms everywhere, and I got very curious about them and I picked them. Like, look at this one. This is just cute. They're kind of swirled around each other. So you can do it whatever way you want to. See, look, this is just a crowd of mushrooms. I love that, with just leaves on the bottom, simple. See, that's what I should do, is just stick with something basic. But see how they made these little, I don't know, this little lacy part that's at the neck of the mushroom? That's just a little added interest. And then here's just one mushroom that's just got a bunch of cool designs on it, so you could do that. See, here's a fairy mushroom, like a fairy house with mushroom clouds and like leaf trees, but it's all just pattern. And so there's nothing, you know, it's all going to be correct. You can't mess it up. The only way you can mess it up is if you made a line. So, like, look at this one. This is cool. So they just started at the bottom and just made pod flowers. Look, there's a sun and a star and a cloud. But then they just put a gentle pattern in the very background. Now we're getting into tattoos. Oh, I got a tattoo. I got my ankh. My brother got a big ankh on his forearm, and I just got this. Ankh means life. Anywho, it's, I want you to have fun with it, but I'm picking mushrooms because I like pretend and fairies and fantasy, and I was just inspired by them because they're all shapes and they were all over the place. Like, this is just, look at this one. That is super cool. So you can fill a page with mushrooms. I haven't decided if I want to go across or up and down. All my other pages are going up and down, so that's kind of where I think I'm headed. So, alright, I'm going to put this away. And I'm going to, I think, go with something like this. Alright, so I'm going to lightly sketch that out on my Bristol, which is just basically a smooth piece of paper. With, this is a pretty thick, it's the Graph Gear 1000 Pentel. I forget what size, it says 9 on here. Anywho, but I think it's a pretty soft pencil line. So I'm going to go off camera and do this because I just don't want to take up the time. I'll be right back. Alright, I did both sides, and it's hard. When you're doing it freehand, you just gotta go with it and just enjoy the process, guys. So I made like a ground here, and then I made a hill in the background because I wanted that to be more green, and then this will be blue, and I made clouds. Here's my number 1. This is the Pigma Graphic 1, and I'll show you what size line it makes. It's like, you know what? It's a nice size line, but you can use whatever you have. Faber-Castell makes pens. Use Sharpies if you want to. So here's my other. I'm going to try. Ooh, this paper is very smooth for sure. I think I want to put this here. I don't know if it's going to smudge, but I want to just, this way I'll have somewhere to rest my hand. And I'm trying to go over right where I made my pencil lines, but I just messed up. I'm going to try not to push so hard. And then I can erase the pencil lines if I really want to. I only put the main lines. I didn't do any of the Zentangle lines. I'll do them freehand. So hopefully you can see it's starting to come together. I'm really just putting the pen where I feel like I can pull it down easily and not, see, I didn't go over the line there, I changed that. And that's part of being an artist. You can change it. I have creative license. And this little guy is funny looking. Well, I just wanted to round it out. I don't know why. And then this one, you know, there are really a lot. You guys should take a walk and go see if you find any mushrooms out there. So this stem comes down. I'm just going to go straight. And this one kind of bends. So I'm not staying on the lines very well. So you get, and I do like the clouds because I'll be able to, oops, jeez, if I could only make a straight line. But guess what? When it's done, it's going to look terrific. Terrific. And then I could probably give it a minute, but I have this eraser. I just want to make sure, yeah, all those lines will come off. And I actually, it kind of took off some of the darkness of the black too. And then the rest of the lines, I won't have any pencil to worry about. Alright, so for the ground I have this one. I like making the ground kind of look like, I make the lines, I'm going to use the 01, the really thin line pen now, but I like to make the ground either like just swirls, like I could go like, I think I want to do, I don't know, I think I'm going to do a wavy, and it's okay if it gets out of whack a little bit, and I gotta not push as hard. But my pen is kind of, it's not doing what Joanne Sharp said and staying, or not skipping, she said, right? But it's okay if it's not exactly following the line. It's just got an undulating feel of like a hill. That's what I'm trying to create. My parakeets are freaking out. So that's one way to do it. Now for this back hill, I think I'm gonna divide it one more time. I'm gonna go like up. So there's another hill. So different layers. Now in the sky, I like to do this. So I'm going to start here, and they could be, I could be closer. This isn't working. I just had to pick up. I pushed too hard, I think. So just gentle pressure. I'm still in the sky. You gotta, this can be very zen. See, that's why they call it Zentangle, because it's very meditative. And so just make sure before you start that you know where you are. I don't know why I like this for the sky. It kind of feels, oops, and I just rode right over my cloud. This is more sky here. Joe's working on some lights. He's making LED boards this year. I don't know if I ever posted anything of his Christmas light display, but I will do it this year for sure. I might have. I forget if I did. That looks cool. Alright, so I'm going to go off camera and I'm just going to go crazy. I'm going to make, like, I know for sure I want to do one of these with circles. I love to just, okay, so you make some big circles. I guess that's considered medium. They're not that big. That's kind of big. So you just keep making circles, and then as they get closer and together, I can't fit big ones anymore, so you have to start making them smaller. And just keep going. I'm going to fill this whole spot, this whole space with circles. So basically just repeat patterns. They can be squiggly, straight, doesn't matter, as long as they repeat. So now I'm just really fitting them in every spot I can. So this is when you really enjoy this 01 pen, because you get such a fine line. You can really make some small details. So maybe he could fly his drone. Sorry, I'm thinking of Joe. He could fly his drone and take some video of our house when we put the Christmas lights up, and then I'll put it on my YouTube channel. But I think he's going to do some Halloween lights too, because so that looks cool. And then I think I'm just going to do the lines right there, and then like I could do you could keep your lines super close together, but that's going to take a lot more work, or you can keep them far apart and then you'll still get a neat look, but you won't have to make as many lines. So I just made a checker pattern going down this stem. So that's done. Alright, so I'm going to go away and I'll be back. And then I'm going to try and add some color too. I don't know if that's going to look right or if I'll leave it black and white. I'll be right back. Alright, it is done-ish. Now, I made a mistake right at the end. You probably wouldn't find it if we had a search thing. But anyway, I think I want to make these, so I have dark, dark, dark. I think I'm going to make these little circles on this part of the mushroom dark too. And then I'm going to add some colored pencil. This is my mistake right here. I like my lines to go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. And I just kept anyway, I messed up. You can't tell. There's a little crosshatch line there. Alright, so for the colored pencils, I think I'm going to I think I'm just going to do the background. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different hills, but I think I have only 3 colors of green. I could do brown. So these are Prismacolor, sorry, Premier color pencil 24 set. I got this at Walmart last Christmas. They were just they seemed really cheap, and I just wanted to, because I only had a 12 set. So I think I'm going to, I don't know. I would like to add color, but I'm not sure in what way I should do that. I think I'm going to add blue to the sky. Let's see if this has names on it. It's just called True Blue. And then maybe, see, look, this middle one, I have a little snail here and a little ladybug, because I forgot to put the leaves and stuff on. I started Zentangling, so I just entangled this little section with like leaves and tendrils. So maybe I'll just color in all the leaves. Boy, these really are smooth, and I think Bristol might be too a little bit thick for the micron pens, because it felt like my tip would give out on me every now and then. I'd have to go back over my lines. That's a funny looking leaf right there. So I don't know why I just decided to color in these leaves instead of the whole hill. Mostly I have swirlies, but there's definitely enough leaves. Alright, I mean that gives, but like this little guy, I think I want to do some. I definitely want to do some. Well, now it's too late. I have to. So I think I'm just going to do it with a fine touch. Like, I'm not going to push really hard. Trying to hold the pencil back kind of far so I don't push too hard. I really just want to get, I'm going to have to sharpen it, I think. Ooh, I don't want any pencil lines. I just want it to be soft. I would love to take a colored pencil class. I like someone from the decorative painting world's pieces, and I can't think of her name. I can picture her. Anywho, I'll talk about that in another video, because I think she's bringing mixed media to her color pencil work. So that's good. I like that. It's just very light, and I was planning on doing the background and leaving the mushrooms as but I'm gonna have to do this green too. I'm gonna have to do the whole thing. If you have to, you have to. That's what you have to do. I can do my little ladybug red. And I'm gonna leave the mushrooms. So that's kinda, yeah. This is what I was hoping. I think the mushrooms are gonna stand out far better if I just do the background. And I'm kind of going around those leaves because I did them a different color, so I'm hoping that they stay the different color. I'm not being, oh, I just went over my snail. I was just going to say I'm not being particularly neat, but I didn't want to go over my snail. Alright, I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to color a few more things. I'll be right back. Alright, I like it. I think it's cool. I think that helped the mushrooms to pop. I got my little critters on there. I don't think I'm gonna, you know what I have though, and I was thinking I could just do, this is actually white. I don't want the white, but this is called, what is this called? Wink of Stella. Here's the clear, and I have another one. I hope this one, I must have thrown the other one out, but you know what, this might, yeah, I think I have it. I hope it doesn't smudge. But I have, this has like glitter in it. If you squeeze it, I think it's running out. I could just put stickles on there. Oh, I see it. It's not like stickles. It's a lot more subtle. It's more of a shimmer than a glitter. And it's just like a brush pen. I was going to add more dots to that, I forgot. But yeah, you can kind of see it. I have a white one, but I think that would cover up the lines, and the whole point of it is to Zentangle it. So hopefully you guys got zenned out, because I was so chill and relaxed. It's kind of a rainy day. I like it. I like it a lot. I hope you guys try it and just relax. Have fun with it. I might do some ATCs like this because they are super fun. But I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, you guys, so I also got more clay. I got some black Sculpey Primo, and I got, this was 40% off, so $6.99 with 40% off, but I wanted the charms. There's a bat, what is that, a headstone, it's glittery, a pumpkin, a ghost, and a witch. I think that's it, but I'm going to embed those in some clay. I also found these bigger stamps that I had, so I'll probably stamp out a few of these. I love the spider web because I can cut that in pieces maybe, and this trick or treat I can cut into pieces. I could leave it whole, but the piece I'm going to put these on to make a mosaic is small. I love this house, the haunted house. So I'm probably going to stamp out some of them soon. I really love the spider. But then I have my little, these tiny ones. So these are really what I need to do. But I need to make some tiles so that I can make a Halloween mosaic. So that's probably what I'm going to do next, because I have a little bit of time to play and I'd like to get it done before Halloween so that I could put candy in it, or maybe Joe could take it to work. So I hope you guys do this and have fun and zen out. All right, so that's September. I'm so excited. Thanks for watching.